One book that I have read recently, even though read is kind of an interesting word, is Broadway Musical Show by Show, the ninth edition. And what this is kind of just like a encyclopedia of sorts of all the different Broadway musicals, not every single one, but ones that have definitely made an impact. And this is the most recent edition that goes up to, I believe, Hadestown was the very last one. So everything from the very first musical ever put on Broadway all the way up to Hadestown. Now again, this isn't necessarily like a story or a book that you read or even really a nonfiction. It's very like reference based, telling you essentially like what the musical is, who wrote the book and the lyrics and the music and little descriptions of like why it was so popular. And then as more productions, even revivals come through, they usually just are like, hey, see page 200, because we already talked about this before, unless something major was added to the revival version. And I would say that if you really like Broadway musicals, this is a fun way to see essentially not just like how many different like composers and book writers worked on a variety of musicals, even the popular guys like Sondheim and Rodgers and Hammerstein, and like, because you know they're popular musicals, but you don't know like all that they have done. Well, maybe you have, but it's really fun and interesting to learn about really everything they have done. And so while I never didn't like rate this necessarily, I think it's a really good reference piece. I think it's a really fun thing to have in your house and just to reflect back on and see where musicals have gone. And I really hope soon that they create another edition, since it's been many, many years since this one has been released.